But like I often say, there is a lot of information out there. You don't need all this information. You need specific information that can help you move from point A to point B. But you are the one that is choose. Otherwise, your head is going to be now open to everything. But everything, your head is too small to accommodate everything. Even you're going to be looping, just moving right, left, back, front. But if you choose the amount of information that you need, you'll be able to operate on that.
For two reasons. We learn because of repetition, or we learn because we feel something is important to us. So when I say repetition, that means that the things that we consistently do or experience repeatedly, like I give my students this example all the time. I ask them to name a song that they can't stand. A song that they just hate. Oh my God, that song. Oh, I can't stand that song. They play it on the radio over and over again. I can't stand that song. And I ask them to sing it. And they know all the lyrics, verbatim, on beat, rhythm, all the the ooh yes and everything. They know the entire song. And I ask them, okay, if this is something that you didn't want to learn, that you can't stand, you don't even like it, how is it that you're able to learn it verbatim?
You see, this video was created for the purpose of adding value to you. So if this video make any sense to you, let me know in the comment section below. I'm interested in understanding what you take away from this video and if it makes sense to you, so we can provide more. And let's return to the video.
Just need some elaboration to share with people. Absolutely. And forgive me if you can hear my dog in the back.
It's okay. Perfectly fine. Part of the conversation.
Yeah. Stories have the power to heal. Absolutely. As we share our own stories, there's a sense of awareness, a deeper sense of awareness of how our stories have impacted us, what we've learned from our stories, how far we've come in our healing. I love some of my mentors over the years have told me that when I am able to share my story without shedding a tear, without reliving trauma from my story, that's a sign of healing. So storytelling can be a barometer, can be a way to identify how much healing we've done. It can, but revealing your story to other people who didn't know that part of your life, or maybe their story is connected to yours. And so they're telling their story that helps you understand some of their background. And now you have a better understanding of who they are and how they've lived their life, and thus why they do the things they do. That can give you insight. And maybe that'll be another piece of the puzzle in you solving mysteries within your own life, or misunderstandings, or gaps in your self-awareness, or learning from other people's story. We can gain inspiration, how somebody else has overcome, how someone else has achieved things that you want to achieve, and they're telling you, you know what, I went through this and here's what I did. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, it will be tough. But this is what happened with me. Here's how I was able to overcome. Or it could be a matter of, here's what I did. These are the errors I made. These are the mistakes I made. Here's what I learned from it. And I'm sharing it so that you don't make the same mistake. So those stories can help us to navigate obstacles so that we don't repeat the same mistakes from the past. And then we can, we might still make mistakes, but it won't be what's already been done. And every time we do that, we continue to share the story so that the next person coming along has an easier time. And we know if we have to pick through A, B, or C, A wasn't right, B wasn't right, there's only one option left. Well, now let's try C, because A and B didn't work. We tried that. or maybe it wasn't done to full fidelity. All of that, right? It's about the story that can empower you, that can teach you. And so again, it comes back to education, not schooling. It can happen anywhere. I tell the people all the time, the world is my classroom. I learn from everyone, and I thank you for this opportunity. Even in me sharing what I've shared with you today is adding another layer of depth in my understanding of myself, of my understanding of the power of storytelling. It's reaffirming why I need to continue to tell stories, why I do what I do. This is re-inspiring me to continue to push forward in my goals and my passion. Thank you for this conversation.
Thank you so
I'm
much
learning.
for that. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I appreciate. All right, you guys also say something important that I really find very interesting before, no? But I put it down, so I said I will ask you later. It had to do with how to learn. Of course, because as you are an expert in education, I think that is going to be important for somebody who is thinking, why I'm going to be asking you this question is because uh, in the community sometimes there are people that lack the right information and they need to learn this information. But like I often say, there is a lot of information out there. You don't need all this information. You need specific information that can help you move from point A to point B. But you're the one that is choose. Otherwise, your head is going to be now open to everything. But everything, your head is too small to accommodate everything. It means you're going to be looping, just moving right, left, back, front. But if you choose the amount of information that you need, of course, you'll be able to operate on that. So that sort of lead me to the point of asking you the question, how do we really learn? Help us understand that.
How do we learn? How do we receive information and process it in a way that allows us to acquire new knowledge? How do we create new knowledge? How do we learn? We learn through, I have to say, we learn for two reasons. We learn because of repetition, or we learn because we feel something is important to us. So when I say repetition, that means that the things that we consistently do or experience repeatedly, like I give my students this example all the time. I ask them to name a song that they can't stand, a song that they just hate. Oh my God, that song. Oh, I can't stand that song. They play it on the radio over and over again. I can't stand that song. And I ask them to sing it. And they know all the lyrics verbatim, on beat, rhythm, all the ooh yes, and everything. They know the entire song. And I asked them, okay, if this is something that you didn't want to learn, that you can't stand, you don't even like it, how is it that you're able to learn it verbatim? Well, it's on all the time. They play it over and over again. Okay, so what did you just learn? That whether you want to or not, something that's repeated to you over and over again, you're going to receive it and process it. And it's ingrained in your brain one way or another. So be careful what you listen to, right? So that repetition, anything you want to learn, even if you don't like it or you don't, you're having a hard time learning it, do it enough, you will eventually learn it through experience. Even if you just hear it in the background. If you are wanting to learn something, you want more information, then you will do whatever it takes to get it. It's important to you. So you're thinking about it. And that thinking about it consistently over a period of time is also repetition. But you do it intentionally because it's important to you. So whether it's intentional or unintentional, repetition is what helps us learn. If someone just told you a string of numbers, or gave you their phone number one time and said it, um, if you felt that was an extremely important phone number to have, and you want to stay in contact with that person, you're going to remember that number. You're going to write it down. You're going to read it. You're going to say it. You're going to recite it. You're going to make a song out of it. Do a dance to it. Whatever you got to do, you're going to remember. You're going to put it on paper. You're going to document it, right? And so how do we learn? We learn through repetition, through multiple forms of multiple modes of receiving information through all of our senses. Feel it, see it, touch it, taste it. Gotta do whatever you have to do to remember that. I mean, you could hear a song and memories come back. Like there's a soundtrack to my life when I lived in Germany. There's a soundtrack to my life when I lived in the Dominican Republic. There are songs I remember distinctly that bring memories back of being in Kenya. There are songs that bring me back to my childhood. Or there is a scent, like my ex-boyfriend. If I smell a certain cologne, I'm thinking.
Hi, and thank you for checking out this short clip from Obehi Podcast. I'm Obehi Ewanfo, the host of the Obehi Podcast. This short clip was created from a full episode where we dive deep into this conversation. To see the entire video, all you need to do is to click on the link in the description of this video. Now, while you are there, I want to share something with you quickly. Are you a purpose-driven entrepreneur? I mean, do you want to cut across the noise and attract the right audience, leveraging the power of storytelling? Now pay attention. I'm currently working on a signature program to help you own your story and stand out for the competition. It's a 5-step journey to help reshape your professional and business narrative so you can drive success and stand out in the competition. And in less than 90 days. The link is what you see on your screen, academy.aclasses.org/story. Now this is what we have understood. Storytelling is the most powerful instrument that is known to man. And this is what this could mean to you. You could either choose to own your story and leverage it to amplify your message and whatever you represent in this world, or some other person could own that story. The choice is yours. So why not take advantage of your story and use it wherever you are, whether you are in business environment or you are a professional individual who want to be able to build your influence and leave a legacy behind because you represent something. You are owning your story. You are somebody whose story is important. So the choice again is yours. Now let's get started with this short clip.